De mare.
Hello, everyone. Hello, one and all. I'm putting this sign up because I want you to know clearly what is about to happen. This is something that I have been excited about since it has come into existence in my mind. This is something that I know all of my followers, all the people I'm friends with on Facebook are excited about. We are here today with Peter Tesfu of Bete, Lukas! Portland, hello! Friends, let me tell you something. I love food. And the first time that I had Ethiopian food, I knew more about myself. I was like, oh, there's something about Africa that's in me. This is a real story. This is from many years before I met Peter. And then somebody recommended Bete Lukas in Portland. That's where I live, Portland, Oregon. And I went to Bete Lukas, which is on 50th Avenue on the second floor. And I will give you the address. And when I ate food there, my life changed. I'm not kidding. My life changed. I was greeted so nicely, with so much joy by Peter and his wife, Minnie. We're there every day, every day that they're open, Wednesday through Sunday. And I was served with love. They told me what I was eating, what was in what I was eating, and how to eat it. And I changed. Something in me changed. And this is now my staple food is Ethiopian food from Bete Lukas. And today is a very rare day because Peter Tesfu himself is here to cook my favorite dish, which I've been trying to master myself, and maybe one day I will. Yekikalicha. Peter Tesfu, thank you for being with us today.
No problem.
I'm so happy you're here.
You're so excited, huh?
This is a really special moment for me.
You're so excited, you just can't hide it.
I can't hide it.
Okay, try not to lose control until we're done all this thing, all right?
Okay. Tell us about Yakik Alicha.
Hello to all. Kik Alichawat. Kik Alichawat is favored by many at our restaurant. Young and old, little, kids, adults, they love it. Kik means Kik Alicha. Kik means split.
Uh-huh.
Alicha means a dish curry based, like turmeric curry based. That's not spicy at all. Anytime when you say alicha in Ethiopian restaurant, it means a dish with a lot of flavor, complex personality, yet it's not spicy at all. So Ethiopian food is known to be a spicy dish by most assumption. But we have a lot of array of flavor and spices in the different dishes that we do. So kik is peas, yellow split peas. So this is what it looks like.
Yes, the yellow split peas. Yes, we can see them.
Yellow split peas. So today, in order to make the yellow split pea dish, I'm using a cup of yellow split pea. We love garlic and ginger a lot. We use a lot of garlic and ginger. about 2 teaspoons of garlic and ginger minced. That's 4 parts garlic, 1 part ginger.
Uh-huh.
Very well, you go food processor. Then we use oil. You can choose the oil of your choice. We use turmeric curry. I use half an onion. This is the leftover to what I have pre-chopped. Find a chopped onion. Chopped onion is very simple, as you know. Just all short.
As you're chopping it, Peter, do you mind saying again, Alicia? You said personality. You said Alicia means personality.
No, alicha means curry based, not spicy dish. But it's not blah. It has a lot of flavor and personality of its own. So a lot of Ethiopian dishes are cooked with berbere. Berbere is red chili pepper. It gets washed, sun-dried, and crushed in. It gets blended with 11 to 14 kind of condiments, depending on what region it comes from, like shallots, garlic, ginger, cardamom, things of that, and cinnamon, to make it into. Then it goes to spice mill to get milled. That's a spicy version where we make a lentil dish.
Yes.
But this is yellow split pea, not spicy at all.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you slice your onion, then.
Peter, how long have you been a chef?
We all are chefs. We're born that way. Human instinct. You gotta feed yourself.
Were you taught to cook when you were young?
I got into restaurant business because I was told I shouldn't.
Uh-huh.
So my father said, whatever you do not. As soon as I graduated college, when I came home, whatever you do, you can get any business you want to, and I'll help you. But whatever you do not get into food business. I said, what do you mean food business? Don't ever get into restaurant business.
Uh-huh.
Then that got in the back of my head and said, what he said was get into restaurant business. Then I asked him, why? He said, well, he worked in a restaurant here in Portland, Oregon, that's been around well over 100 years.
Uh-huh.
The kids and these young cooks who come into line, who do prep work, their pastime is drinking and doing drugs. I said, why? He said, there's nothing to entertain people when they get off work at 2 a.m. when the restaurants close up, and So that resonated, stayed in my mind. If I start a restaurant, I'll always close early. So at least I can have family time. Therefore, Bete Lukas operates for dinner only.
Uh-huh.
We prep throughout the day. We open at 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. But what determines our existence for how long we should open at any given day?
Yeah.
When we're busy, we close early. I know I have disappointed you many times before. You come to my door or you call up and I said, I'm sorry, I can't take you. The reason being is the centerpiece of all Ethiopian food, all the dishes are served not with baguettes, not with rice, not with tortilla, our traditional bread called injera.
Injera. That's right.
Injera. So you can chop your onion. So start fire. While we cook sweating our onion, what we do is we take our yellow split pea, we put it in pot, we wash it. When you send it to the mill, when the peas become split, there's a lot of powder, a lot of things you don't want to cook with. If it has a lot of powder, it cooks it like Gerber. It becomes very puree. So we're gonna wash it, then we cook it.
Okay.
To get rid of some of the gas, because any peas like lentils and peas and garbanzo, they all have natural gas in it. So you want to cook it down to get that gas out.
Okay. Now, you did say something that I think the first time you said it to me, it wasn't clear because I had never heard this term, but you said sweat the onion.
Sweat the onion because you don't have a kitchen where you live. You're a jet setter. You eat out all the time, so sweating is taking the natural gas.
Wait.
No.
I have an onion too.
It means sweating the onion. It means just cook it down. It has naturally its own gas, and it has. That's why you tear sometimes when you chop onion. It has
Uh-huh.
water. Cook it within its own water.
Cook it within its own water is sweating the onion.
Sweat the onion.
Sweating the onion. Okay.
After you sweat the onion for a little bit, depending on whether you cook with gas or electric, whether you high heat or low heat, you see it becoming brownish, basically. Then you can add your oil at that time. Some people cook it different. Some people put the oil, the garlic, ginger, and everything together at once. They cook it down that way. But when you do it in a home form, like when you have a small quantity to make, it's better to sweat the onion first so it doesn't stay raw or chewy. You cook it down. Others may have come and tell you, like, you don't need to cook it down, just start cooking. Get it going. So, but I like to, we'll do some comparisons after we sweat this and we look at what this looks like.
Yeah.
Versus what this has become.
Now, as you're sweating it down, the taste is going to change too, right? So, like, if somebody came in, and I'm saying this because I know some people like to follow recipes and they change it up, it would taste different if you didn't sweat the onion down, right? It would taste different depending on how long you're cooking those onions.
Exactly. But we can both make tea in two different ways.
Yeah.
So cooking, everybody has their own personality and way of cooking things. The bottom line is cooking everything right. So if you sweat your onion, then the onion wouldn't become chewy on your dish.
Okay.
I don't like chewing raw, semi-cooked raw onion on my dish when I'm eating it. Do you see the coloring change? You see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
So it becomes drier as you sweat it. Now, this is what the color of the onion was, right?
Yes.
We're doing the ABC of cooking. This is what the color looks now.
Yeah, it's like a little more golden.
Exactly. Then you can add your oil.
Okay. So, Peter, are you saying when you go from house to house, people are making kikalicha differently? Is it different in spices as well as how they treat the different ingredients?
The standard of cooking, what goes in here is the same no matter where you go. However, Ethiopia has area dialogue and a lot of culture differences, a lot of barriers to what's available to each and every one of us. Mm-hmm. So they may cook it different. But the bottom line, the end result is the same as what you can find at Bete Lukas, what I'm doing right now.
You said the standard of Ethiopian cooking is the same.
Yeah, this is the standard. It should be.
Well,
I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen place to place, and I've seen how others have cooked it. It's no different than this.
Okay.
Okay.
So like my standard is like the process.
As we're cooking our onion, okay, we're gonna put about a teaspoon of salt. Okay.
Okay.
That's a teaspoon.
Do
you know what a teaspoon is?
I know what a teaspoon is, Peter. You have to understand, Peter likes to make fun of me because.
So, and you can put one third of a very tiny bit of black pepper. Just for flavoring, not much, nothing else.
Peter thinks I can't cook.
Oh no, that's not what I said. This comes from for the question of like what sweating the onion meant.
Oh man.
So you walked into it, and I'm just helping you survive it.
Peter, did you have a favorite dish growing up?
Shiro.
Shiro
is a dish for a peasant, but highly consumed of the higher echelon rich people. The reason being is the wealthy can have their filet mignon, their chicken, their steak, their fish anytime they want to. But the housemaid or the servant always has shiro. So the bosses always say, that thing is good. They make it for themselves. I'd like to have some of that. So it's a staple. It's a comfort food. So I was told once when I had an Italian restaurant, gnocchi. Do you know what gnocchi is?
Yeah, the potato,
Yeah.
rolled potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a peasant dish or a lower class people's dish. But you go to any fancy restaurant, gnocchi is top up there because peasants always make it good for themselves. Therefore, you get it?
Yes, I get it. I totally get it.
So we sweated the onion with its own water. Then we added oil. And this is what it looks like now. Okay? Then we add our garlic ginger. Okay?
Yes.
We know the onion has cooked because garlic has sugar in it naturally. Then if you cook garlic too early, it could burn, it could stick to the bottom of the pan. You don't really want to do that. Okay? My chef from Bete Lukas Ethiopian restaurant is helping me. She said, you got into it, you get out of it yourself.
Huh.
So you'll see her in the background coming and going. She meant well. She said, you bragged about it and showed to him. That's what she said. So if I do anything wrong, she'll step in and correct me. So far, I'm right. That's my sister, Blanche. The chef of
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you. So you
So,
are
as you
always
can see-
cooking every day at Lucas, right?
As you can see,
Oh.
yellow split pea is boiling. You see the foam on top?
Yes.
That's the gas. You're trying to get rid of as you cook it. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't realize there was that much water in it when you were cooking it.
You get rid of it before you add it into the pot. And some of the water you need it at the starch so you can glue it together.
So those lentils already have the all have already gone through the process you're going through right now.
They were like this. Then we washed it.
Yeah.
After we washed it, we put fresh water in it. We're boiling it down. We'll cook it 1/3 way on here, on the stovetop.
Okay.
1/3, then we drain the water. We take all the foam from the top away. Like, consider it being dirty, gassy.
Yeah.
So once we drain it, right before we do that, we put the herb, correct? The turmeric curry. So it doesn't burn.
Wow.
So as I show you this dish, that'll be the last of you to see you at the Bete Lukas anyway. Now you got one dish. Why bother drive all the way to Bete Lukas, right?
I'm still going to be there.
By the way, to those of you who don't know her from different light of life, she's very persistent and she's nagging too. She's been nagging me about this for a long time. She's asking a restaurateur how to do certain dishes. Like, just like telling her, like, don't come again. Here's the recipe. I'm out of business, and she's happy at home.
I still, if I ever learn how to, if I really can do this, making a kikalicha, then I still have, look, I'm looking at your menu right now. I still have, it's taken me years. I still am learning how to do this. It's taken me years. I still need to learn how to make dupo.
Dupa, Buddha, Dupa.
Dupa.
It's coming up. Our October dish.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Halloween.
There's a long waiting list on that. Bowl corridor.
You already have a waiting list for that?
Every year.
I didn't know that I could get on a list, and I've been coming for. I didn't know I could get on a list.
This year we're not making as much because of the corona, so people order in advance. So far we had 200 order.
What? Can you put me on the?
You're just getting 1 or 2 dishes. These are the people taking for a large amount of people.
Well, what do you mean by large amount? Because I will eat it for days at a time.
No, there are people who are taking order 5 to 10 orders at a time.
Yes.
People have been coming to Bete Lukas for a long time.
That includes me. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about.
By the airport. What's that?
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about a pumpkin dish that Bete Lukas does only once a year, and it's a labor intensive.
1 week only.
For 1 day only.
1 week.
1 week, excuse me, 1 week only. And it is another piece of heaven. I've never, I don't really like pumpkin dishes, but this is the first pumpkin dish that it made me really fall in love with pumpkins. And it's labor intensive and there's some process behind it. And people come in and will get like many orders of this. Have you ever had to put limits on the orders?
We have to, especially this year, because it takes about a month to prep it. So we take a lot of large pumpkins, we skin it, we gut it, we cut it to this big, like really huge piece. Then when we slow dehydrate it, once it gets dehydrated, it becomes such a tiny piece, like almost like a size of fava bean.
Yeah.
And it's dry as a rock. So we roast it. Then we cook it with caramelized onion, garlic, ginger, and berberry sauce. Slow cooking method. When you take a bite of it, you get the natural sweetness of the pumpkin.
Yes.
Then you get the firmness of, as if you're eating a meat dish. So most of our people who are eating this dupa are vegan. So it feels like you're having meat, yet it's still a vegan dish.
Yes.
It's a very sexy dish. And it's spicy from berbere. Berbere is red chili pepper, as I described it to you earlier.
Is berbere a like classically Ethiopian?
So far as I know. But the red chili pepper used all over the world. But the name berbere in the spice ingredient, particularly, is Ethiopian. No other country uses berbere. But berbere is a spice or a vegetable, a red chili pepper, basically. That's what berbere is. So that's so here's one.
So berbere is used in other what? So I guess my question is, what makes Ethiopian food? How do you know, like, what is the unique that makes Ethiopian food Ethiopian food?
What makes Ethiopian food Ethiopian?
Yeah.
Ethiopia is, historically, if you look at it, Ethiopia is the only country. Liberia, runner-up. Liberia was colonized only for 7 years, I think. Ethiopia is the only country that has not been colonized in Africa by a foreign hand. The Italian tried, they didn't succeed. So we have our own culture, our own characters, our own letters. Out of many African countries, so the cuisine is born out of necessity and out of creation of all these different tribes. Injera is found nowhere else but Ethiopia. Somalian have it, but there's injera in a thicker form.
Yeah.
But the Indian have dosa, but it's not the same grain. Teff is native grain to Ethiopia. Comprendo?
Comprendo.
Comprende. Okay. If you have any other question.
I want to show some of these platters that come directly from your restaurant here.
Please do.
This, my friends.
Yo tengo hambre.
Yekegalicha, fusilia, Doro what? No.
The one with next to the hard-boiled egg? That's probably Mr. Red Lentil.
Mr. what?
Yeah.
This is hard-boiled egg?
Gomen? So the Mr. What? Come back to my view first for a second. So berbere that the Mr. What was made of, this is berbere. This is red chili pepper.
Yes.
So that berbere. If I add this to the kick becomes berbere kick.
It's not okay. Kick berbere kick, because a licha would be not spicy.
Yeah, but if I add this to it, the coloring change from yellow to red. No more turmeric. We can't put the turmeric. Then instead of sweet and not spicy, it becomes spicy.
Yeah. So we have a friend saying, Iman saying, Bayanyatu. I wonder where that's from.
Your friend is saying what? It's on Bayanyatu?
This word, Bayanyatu.
Yeah, he's right. He or she, they are right. Yetzon Bayanyatu means fasting sampler. So you get Bete Lukas as veggie combo, That's what its own bayonet to me. So you get your yellow split pea, green beans and carrots, which we call fasolia. We call goman. Bete Lukas only uses kale, not mustard green or spinach. Then we get misewot, which is red lentil. Then tickle goman, which is cabbage, carrots, and potato. It's on bayonet. That's fasting sampler.
Okay.
Are they satisfied with that answer?
I don't think she was asking. I think she was just saying how she recognized it, or
Yeah.
he, or
Yeah.
he.
Yeah, it's on bayonet. Fasting sampler.
Anand, a friend of mine who we've gone to, I think we've been to Bete Lukas together. If not, I know he's been there. I've wondered how dosa. Anand is saying, I wonder how dosa and injera are similar. I've always wondered how dosa and injera are so similar.
They are not similar. Dosa is, I think dosa is made with lentil. Injera is made with teff. Teff is the smallest grain in the world, only native to Ethiopia. Until a few years ago, the right was sold to other European countries. So teff fermented for 2 days or more. Dosa is 1 day over. From what I understand, yeah.
So this bread that we're seeing, let me share this again. This bread that we're seeing, oops, there we go.
Yeah.
This bread back here is injera.
Correct.
And this is made out of what you're saying is the grain that comes from specifically Ethiopia until recently called teff. And it takes 2 days to ferment?
It has always been called teff. The name never changed. But it's native to Ethiopia. Right now, it's a cash cow. Right now, it's heavily grown in state of Idaho, state of Oregon, state of Colorado, state of Minnesota, and many other places. Even in Corvallis, Eugene area, they are growing it. In La Grande area, they're growing it.
For the first time?
No, the mescal teff out of Idaho has been growing it for many years.
Okay.
Well over, these people traveled to Ethiopia, an Australian lady and an American man. They were there for Peace Corps, I believe. That's how they were able to get the grain. And that's why they fell in love with teff. And that's where we get our teff from.
So you get your teff from the United States?
Yes, it's illegal to export teff from Ethiopia until recent time. Some has infiltrated and were able to export it out, but it's a struggling, up and coming country, and things do happen sometimes. See no evil, hear no evil type of thing gets shipped out of the country and it comes out here in the market. I'll never ever buy teff that come from Ethiopia because I don't think the benefit goes to my people.
Okay.
So that's why I don't sell Ethiopian beer anymore, because the benefit, it doesn't go back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I understand that. I would like to show a picture to remind people of when you all are open. So when are you open, Peter?
We open, it's right now because of COVID, we're open Wednesday through Sunday. The door opens at 5 p.m. The aim is to stay open until 8:30. However, we keep running out of injera sometimes because it's daily made in-house, not bought. And we close early, about 8, quarter to 8.
Okay. This is a picture of me.
When you found out we were closed.
When I found out that you were closed.
I looked at, I saw that on the internet and I was devastated. I said, my goodness, how could we do that to her?
Not as devastated as I was that day.
I know you're devastated much more than I was.
Like I said, I truly feel that Ethiopian food is that there's something that wakes up within me that has to do with Africa when I eat Ethiopian food, and also when I hear the language, to be quite honest.
We'll find you a mate.
Can I marry Kikalicha?
Well, it's been given to you a long time ago. You have chosen not to adopt it.
Joe Fuchs says, I have been that devastated. I guess Joe Fuchs has also shown up when he didn't know you were closed.
Sorry. You know, like I said earlier, I have one of the reasons I close Mondays and Tuesdays. My kids matter to me. Family matters to me. And my kids didn't choose to be in this planet. I have chosen to have them. And I don't want that day to come and say, Dad, I'm packing my bag going to college without me knowing them well.
Yeah.
So I want to spend as much time as I can sharing a meal with them, doing things with them. So it's family is very important to me. Believe me, my permit allows me to open 7 days a week, from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. But you know, what's money if there's no family? No man in the world can bring you to buy your family. What your family should be the first thing I think when I wake up in the morning, and the last thing I think before I go to bed is my family. So that's why we don't open Mondays and Tuesdays. My son is gonna turn 13 November. My daughter is gonna turn 10 in November. So what I have, like 5 years with my son before he goes off to college. That's important. Each day is getting shrinking and shrinking. So I wanna spend those quality moments. So in the future we can say, remember we used to do this. So that's all.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
That's all. And I have a young lady who I take care of, who have taken care of me for most of my adulthood or my childhood since I was born. And my mother, she lives with me. I know she's aging, and she's fighting with life sometimes. So I want to spend time with her.
Is this your young lady that you're taking care of?
My mother. That's a wife. That's my life partner in every aspect.
And her name is?
Mom.
This woman?
No, that's my wife.
Yes.
That's me.
Who is at the restaurant with you a lot of the time? Uh-oh. Okay. We lost Peter in the feed for a moment. Hi, welcome back.
This is my sister, who always waves at you from the kitchen.
Yes.
Yay.
Come here. Just for a split second, then you have to disappear. This is my lady, my daughter.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Wait. No, get lost.
Okay.
Wait, does she cook too?
Hold on. That's my mom.
Hello.
Oh.
Your whole family's together.
Camera where it's supposed to be? Where it was?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you're good.
Okay. So
can you update us where you are on the cooking?
So right now I was just buying time for you. We're almost done right now. So the onion is cooked very well. Can you see? It's brown.
Yes.
Well cooked. So you can't find any crunchiness.
So that's the onions, ginger, and garlic together?
Exactamundo. That's correct. So we're going to do the turmeric curry. Okay? So just so you know, we don't bastardize anything. We don't thin out anything just to make a buck or two extra. We let the natural, every dish has its own natural flavor and juice.
Yes.
We don't dilute it with a lot of water. Of course, you always have to have some water near you in case if you need it when you cook. Okay? So far we haven't introduced any water at all. I put a teaspoon of water right now after I just rinsed the turmeric container, the ramekin. Okay?
Do people sometimes expect you to change how you cook to satisfy?
Oh, sweetheart. People ask, oh, every now and then they ask, if you do it this way, I'll do it. I said, well, I can't change. We can't bastardize anything for anyone. We are not meant to be for everyone, nor every customer to be ours. We can only satisfy ourselves first and foremost. When we are happy, in turn, our customers will be happy. But if we're going to change our recipe just to satisfy a few, that's not business, that's not restaurant, that's not food. We shouldn't do that. We should stay consistent, good, bad, or ugly. It should always be the same. A lot of restaurants change things just to satisfy their customers because customers are always right. I understand, but when it comes to cooking, the chefs are right, in my opinion, because you're being an ambassador to the culture, to the cuisine. So you can't just have someone come and tell you, oh, if you do this way, I'll be coming more. Or
people will offer to pay you more to change it.
So look, these are the raw yellow split pea, right?
Yes.
So we boiled it, as you can see.
Yes.
Yellow. You see that? Or now.
That's the one that's cooked 1/3 down and drained.
Yeah. And some evaporate as you cook it. So no, people always say, you know, I like red lentil. Can you make it less spicy? We can't. You know, I like you doro kaiwat. Can you cook it down? The heat. Can you make it less spicy? Oh, we can't. Because every time if it repeats, 30, 40 people keep telling you, different people tell you, there's some correction to be made. But 1 out of 1,000 come and tell you like, oh, I love your red lentil. Can you make it? The night you come in, the spice is what it is, what's going to be. It can't change. People say, I love the red lentil, but I don't want it spicy. It's not Thai food. There's no number. Spice level 4, 5, 6, no. I mean, I learned that from customers. I'm not, it's not picking on Thai food, but there's certain dishes have numbers. Like I want number 4, 5. We don't have such a thing.
Where do you get your spices?
We buy the turmeric from New Season. They do have nice, good quality organic turmeric. That's the only thing we buy spice-wise in this country. Everything is brought from home, from Ethiopia. There's a lady who's hired on by us, comes to our family home, who processes and prepares all of our spices. She's got a budget, she works with it. So when people come from Ethiopia or one of us go to Ethiopia, instead of bringing a suitcase of clothing, nicely sealed and packed, berbere and all other spices, meat, all other spices is brought with us.
So the spices they're getting at Bete Lukas are straight from Ethiopia.
Yeah, but however, grade-wise may be different. Ours is top level grade that we use it at home as well as we use it at Bete Lukas. We don't buy here for the market. However, you can buy a lot of spices and seasoning. Some Ethiopian stores here in Portland, 2 or 3 of them available. There's one on MLK and Russell. It's called Mercato. There's another one, I think, in Killingsworth and Mississippi. Huh? Mississippi, no, it's in Killingsworth and Michigan, I think. It's called Muscat. 2 places you can buy the spices. And sometimes you can buy on the internet, but the quality is a bit different because they are made for the mass, for the market. Ours is not for the mass. Ours is quality control only just for us.
So there's like somewhere in a village there of people who specialize and make spices there in Ethiopia from where you're from that are like, oh, this is for Peter and Minnie Tesfu. These are the spices they use and the way they like them. We have to make another batch.
No, this lady strictly works for us and for our family. All she does is make blended mixed spices. Minnie's mom, who supervises for us up in Ethiopia, she's the one who puts everything together and sends it to us. My wife's mother. So just like Alexandra works for XYZ department store, but you're in charge of buying maybe ladies' attire or ladies' shoes, then you go source out where you want to buy it from and you get it for that department store. I just want to make it easy, simple. Like some chef in an expensive restaurant, they go to open market or farmer's market, they get this unique things for the evening meal. They don't just go to Fred Meyer or Safeway in this season and get it. It's just like that. We don't get our spices from open market. It just get processed at home for us. Do I make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think makes Ethiopian food different from the neighboring areas?
I give you everything. Everything there is to know about this dish. The one thing I don't give you is the love. We love what we do. Love is the primary ingredient for these dishes. Ethiopian people love their guests. They'll give you clothes off the back. If you had a guest to their house, they'll give their bed. They'll sleep on the floor. When we cook, it's the same thing. We share our love with you. Really. I know nothing about other neighboring countries' food, so I'm not doubting how they do it. They probably do the same way as love that we have for what we do, and they do the same thing. But our spices are unique. So we get a lot of Indian clientele. So they like this dish. The Yatsom Bayani, as the person asked earlier, South Indian cuisine, the vegetarian, our similarities, there's a lot of similarity with our spices. The difference between Ethiopian food and Indian food is Indian food, the spices overwhelm the dishes. But in Ethiopian one is under. You can be able to tell if you make 3 different dishes, you can tell the difference between 1 and 2. Do I make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
According to my clientele, that's what they tell me.
Okay. Somebody is saying here, Iman Negi is saying Indian and Ethiopian cuisines share some history in the Indian Ocean trade with Aksumite Empire ports at Adulis.
Yeah, but through on Red Sea side, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you have had the appetizer sambusa at Bete Lukas, and the Indian called samosa,
Yes.
and yellow split pea, chana dal, they call it. Red lentil, masur, we call it misr. There's a lot of shared culture in our cooking way. That's why we have injera and they have dosa or naan.
Okay. I want to share this right here. This
That's
is one of my favorite things, and this sauce, this green sauce.
Yeah, well, the chutney is made of cilantro, garlic, ginger, salt, and pepper, and oil of your choice, smoked spice. We use extra virgin olive oil.
So you call it chutney too?
Yeah.
You call it chutney as well?
Yeah, we can. We call it chutney. I think there's a data. They call it data. I think data. The chutney.
Ooh. Gosh.
Because it was more crystal to make it. But in the US, we just use a food processor and throw the cilantro, garlic, ginger, serrano. Oh, yeah, serrano.
Oh my gosh.
Serrano.
So Peter, I want to ask more questions. I want to keep going, but I wonder how long.
This is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because we have about 10 more minutes. And so what you've done, you've added the third to those onions, garlic, and ginger.
Yeah, for this. So at the end, Miss Alexandra.
Yeah.
After you finish cooking, for flavoring only. Like
You
the gas is
Lucas?
bam.
I didn't know you did that part.
Seems like it needs salt.
A little more salt.
Yeah.
I didn't know you did that for this dish.
We always put serrano in everything we do, but the serrano in here is not to make it spicy. It's just to make it flavorful.
And you didn't need to take the seeds out of that serrano?
Oh no,
Okay.
that one was gonna eat it.
Peter,
I hear you crying.
I have a surprise for you.
What would it be? You got Trump online? What's that? You make kalicha what?
Yeah, because even though it's not as good as what you
Oh no,
made,
it's good. Listen. When you cook food, okay? Listen carefully. When you cook food, tell yourself it's the best you have ever made. It always tastes great. It's beautiful, very beautiful.
I was having trouble with the lentils themselves. Can you come even closer, just a little bit closer? Yeah. Wait, up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Ah, there we go. Okay.
I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'm gonna do a little torture move here. Just a second, okay?
How do you spell your sister's name?
B.
Mhm.
Len. Bilen.
L-E-N? Bilen?
Bilen.
Bilen.
Yeah.
Also Tesfu?
Yeah. So these things are like when you eat the I'm gonna show you a trick. Okay?
Uh-oh.
What's
Okay,
happening?
you're going to show us a trick.
Oh yeah, I'm going to show you a trick. Huh? Hold on. Tomate. Ask a question till then. I'm getting ready for something. My chef is assisting me to get something together.
So, do you and your sister ever get competitive with the cooking?
Oh yeah. No days off. But I always outdo her. I do the Italian and the Western food. She does Ethiopian.
Italian. You used to have an Italian restaurant in Portland, eh?
Yeah. Before all this Yelp and everything, we were one of the #1 rated restaurants.
Really?
So, yeah. Right. So this is injera. This is ensalada la mista, salad. We salad in our restaurant, if you see the center of your plate, we use it as palate cleanser, not consume it as salad. So once this is done, we scoop it out like this, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Wait, a little bit closer. A little bit. Yes. Yes. That's so exciting.
You just can't hide it. So this is what we do. So let's go. So the saran, traditionally, when you eat a leche, so I'll show you. The trick to it, I don't know if you want to pay attention to the finger movement, eh? Okay? We tear injera like this. Right? My thumb and index fingers are holding the injera, right?
Yes.
You take this, you drop it down where you want it to be. So the thumb, bring it to the index finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, this is traditional Ethiopian plate, by the way.
Was it make it traditional, the art on the outside?
Yeah, churches and stuff. So you hold this serrano.
Alexandra.
I've never done it. This whole serrano thing you've been talking about, this is new to me.
So
I didn't know to drop it in. I've never thought about having a little bite at the end of each bite.
So like I said, you hold it like this nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We don't shove all our fingers in our mouth. We just drop it in our mouth.
Peter, Belan, Minnie, family. Ah, you're so lucky. You're so blessed to have this food.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm.
Ah,
One more bite, then we talk.
is there any? We have just a few minutes left here. Is there any medicinal qualities to to yakika or any of the food that you serve at your restaurant?
Alexandra,
Yes.
I think I told you earlier.
There's love in it.
I just, my goodness, that is good. So let me tell you, I got look. Let me tell you, this food, we don't bastardize anything. We do it at the restaurant the way we do it at home. And we can't keep all of our customers. We can only keep the customer who like what we have. It's not made to please anyone. It's made to please us. It goes the same way. You cannot love someone until you love yourself. Cooking is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing something that's so special to you with the world. I appreciate that you always receive me with joy and fun, you and Minnie at the restaurant, and I'm so grateful you said yes and contributed in this way. It really means a lot to me.
I had no choice but to say yes.
I can't wait till the day that I can bring yakikalicha to you all at the restaurant to get your opinion.
I think you have done marvelous as it is. Are you eating it? Are you enjoying it? Are you
I've
liking
been eating. I've been eating as you've been
it?
talking.
Are you liking it?
It's good.
You don't need to bring it to me.
Mm.
Who matters is you. You're making it for you and your friends. If they like it, it's good enough.
Oh, thank you for that reminder.
You gotta love it for yourself.
Mm.
If you expect the other to love it for you, you're gonna have a tough life.
That's the truth. That's what you've been saying over and over again. It's
Yeah.
a good way to live. It's a
Yeah.
good way to practice that living that way through your cooking.
You know what says over on top of my kitchen window? Every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day.
That is true. And you've said that to me.
Yeah.
Bless it.
So your dishes may not come the same each and every day, but they are made with love and interest in our heart.
Mm-hmm.
So love what you do, no matter what it is. That the first flavors will come through your dishes is the love that you put into it.
Mm-hmm. Thank
I
you.
have no idea what I said in the last almost an hour with you. My English is out of whack. I hope they know that I'm an immigrant from Ethiopia. I tried to use the English language as best as I could. And I hope each and every one of you understood what I said. If not, ask Alexandra. She'll explain to you. Good luck to you too.
Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you. Peter from Bete, Lukas. We love you all. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for choosing us. We do appreciate you.
Bye, Peter.
Okanda.
Bete, Lukas.